Welcome back to JandJPickEm. My name is Josh. Last week I went 10-3 and my overall record is 125-68. Once again, I got double-digit wins, and you already know my slogan: if we get double-digit wins, you get double-digit wins. And if you get double-digit wins, you're winning your pick'em. And that's what we're here for. We're trying to succeed with you guys, and when you guys win, we win also.
Yeah, my name is Juan. Last week I went 9-4 and my overall record is 115-78. Thank you for listening to last week's video. It almost hit 5K views. And thank you for the support. Let's get into our Week 14 picks.
Yes, sir.
For our Thursday night matchup, we got the Patriots versus the Steelers. For this one, Pickett, he's out with an ankle injury.
Yeah.
So I think Trubisky's going to take over. For the Patriots, Stevenson is hurt with an ankle injury. So
That's right.
Yeah, he might not play. Or actually, I don't think he's going to play at all.
He's not. It's going to be Ezekiel
Yeah, he
Elliott.
might be out for a couple of weeks. But for this one, I'm going with the Steelers. Mitchell Trubisky, he didn't play too bad. I feel like the Steelers, they never really had a good offense, but I trust their defense more.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest. So I'm going with the Steelers. And
Yeah, I think the Steelers are going to win this one too. They have a great defense. Mitch Trubisky, he went 11 for 17. So he had 6 incompletions, and he threw for a touchdown. So that's pretty good for someone who's just starting their first game this season. And as for the Patriots, man, they're just playing horrible. Like, their defense always carries them, but like I feel like they didn't do too great against the Chargers, and like they lost such a close game that they could have won. I feel like nothing's going right for them offensively. And, you know, this game's all up to Mitchell Trubisky and the defense for the Steelers. And I think they're going to get it down. And I think they're going to beat the Patriots. But expect the ugly game, man. There's an ugly Thursday night football.
Low-scoring match.
Oh, of course. Yeah. But I got the Steelers, and Juan has the Steelers winning too.
Yep.
For our next matchup, we got the Texans versus the Jets. The Jets didn't look great last week. I think their defense played pretty well. But they only had... was it 8 points last week? That's pretty embarrassing for them. Tim Boyle didn't play great. Trevor Siemian, I think he went in the game for a little bit. He didn't play great either. The Jets have no running game. Breece Hall didn't do anything. Dalvin Cook, he didn't look great either. I think the Jets aren't a great team this year. And as for the Texans, CJ Stroud did pretty good. Tank Dell, he's going to be out for the season. So that is going to be a huge loss for them. But Nico Collins, he stepped it up. And I think the Texans offense is good enough to beat the Jets this week.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going with the Texans. The Jets, they have a horrible team overall.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson, he doesn't even want to start for the team. And for this one, I'm going with the Texans. Nico Collins, if you have him on fantasy football, make sure to start him. I expect him to ball out. And, I expect the Texans to get an easy win. And
I think
we're both going with the
Texans are
Texans
win
for this one.
Yeah. So we both got the Texans. For our next game, we got the Rams versus the Ravens. This is going to be a very exciting matchup. The Ravens are coming off a bye week. Lamar Jackson has been looking great the whole season. And even though Mark Andrews has been out for the season, OBJ has been stepping up. His role has been increasing. And I think they're a better team overall. Even their defense has been playing great. As for the Rams, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp had a touchdown last week. Cameron Williams had a touchdown. Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdowns passing. They're looking like a great team overall. This is a really good matchup. Honestly, I didn't know who to pick at first, but I think you got to go with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson.
For this one, I'm going to go with the... Actually, for this one, I'm going to go with the Rams. The Rams, I don't know. I'm feeling an upset. The Rams, they're used to playing against mobile quarterbacks. They faced Kyler Murray, and they were able to stop him. And for this game, I'm expecting the same thing. The Rams, they balled out last week. They didn't let Matthew Stafford get touched at all. And I feel like this is going to be a very similar game.
Yep.
I do believe it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I'm going to go with the Rams. And so it's...
I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams, and Josh is going to go with the Ravens.
But expect a really good game. Two great teams
for
playing.
sure.
For this game, we got the Panthers versus the Saints. I think this is going to be surprisingly a good divisional matchup. The Panthers haven't been playing great, especially Bryce Young. I think he has to play a lot better this season. He hasn't been throwing to his receivers, and he did throw an interception last game. But I will tell you this, the running game looked good. Surprisingly, Chuba Hubbard had 2 touchdowns over 100 yards. But the Saints, they started off 21-0 down against the Lions, and they fought back because of Taysom Hill and Derek Carr started playing better. Chris Olave over 100 yards. And I think the Saints played pretty well, but they just came up short because the Lions are such a great team. But I got the Saints winning this game, but I think it's going to be a very close one.
For this one, is Derek Carr playing?
Derek Carr is going to play this game.
Okay, for this one, I'm going to go with the Saints. Derek Carr, like you said, he was able to almost make a comeback against the Lions. And the Lions, they're a very good team. The Panthers, they're trash. Honestly, they've been bad all season. And the Saints, they're playing for a playoff spot. They're playing at home. And they, it's a win that they need if they want to make the playoffs and try to win that division.
Oh, 100%.
So for this one, I'm going to go with the Saints.
And I'm going to go with the Saints also.
Colts versus Bengals. For this one, I'm going with the Bengals. Jake Browning, he balled out against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars team. And yeah, I feel like the Bengals, they should be able to get the win. Joe Mixon, he was balling out last week. He was unstoppable. He got 2 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, he balled out too. And yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like their team, they were able to step up. And I feel like they really want a chance at the playoffs. And I expect them to do good, perform better than the Colts, and get the win.
I will say this. The Bengals surprised me last week. I don't think anyone expected them to beat the Jaguars. They played really great. Like you said, Jake Browning, he only had 5 incompletions. He played pretty good. Jamar Chase balled out. But I'll tell you this. I watched the Colts-Titans game, and man, that was such a great game. Gardner Minshew, he had a lot of mistakes, but he came back at the end at OT, threw a bomb to Alec Pierce, and then Michael Pittman with a clutch catch in overtime. I think the Colts are playing a lot better. You know, Zach Moss didn't do too great, but I expect them to step up since JT's out. And, dude, the Colts are playing really great. So I'm expecting the Colts to win, and Juan has the Bengals to win. Let us know what you think in the comments, but this is going to be a great game.
Yeah.
We got the Buccaneers versus Falcons in a huge divisional matchup. There's a lot of playoff implications happening here. Basically, whoever wins has a really good chance to win a division. I think the Buccaneers with Mike Evans are looking really great, especially with that win against the Panthers. You know, Baker Mayfield is playing kind of mediocre, but Mike Evans is stepping up, and Rachaad White, he had a touchdown, and this is second week in a row playing pretty good. As for the Falcons, I feel like they struggled against the Jets. They didn't look too good for me. Like, Bijan Robinson, he did okay. No one really stepped up in the receiving game. And Desmond Ridder, he's not it, in my opinion. So, give me the upset. I got the Buccaneers winning, and he's going to stir up the NFC South.
Yeah, for this one, I'm going with the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, I feel like he's not too reliable, but Desmond Ridder, I don't know. I feel like they just got a couple wins early in the season, and then we all thought the Falcons were going to be a very good team. But they've been so inconsistent. And yeah, for this one, I'm going with the Buccaneers. I feel like they have a way better team.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson, I don't know what's wrong with him. He can't really get anything going. And yeah, for this one, I'm going to go with the Bucs.
I'm going to go with the Bucs too.
Yeah, and I expect them to get a solid win.
Yep.
Jaguars versus Browns. For this game, we got a good matchup between 2 backup quarterbacks. It's who's for the Jaguars?
CJ Beathard.
CJ Beathard versus Joe Flacco. For this one, I'm going with Joe Flacco. He didn't do too bad. And the Browns, they have a solid team. Myles Garrett, I expect them to have a pretty good game. And yeah, for this one, I don't know. I feel like it's a matchup where it can go any way. We haven't really seen the backup for the Jaguars play too much. And we got one game out of Joe Flacco, so we don't really know what's going to go on for this game. But for this one, I'm going to go with the Browns. The Jaguars defense did horrible. They let a backup quarterback ball out against them in a time where they need a win for a playoff spot. I don't expect them to do it again, and I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah, you know, I think this is a very tough matchup in my opinion. I don't trust CJ Beathard at all, but I will say this. Evan Ingram finally got his first touchdown of the season, and I think Travis Etienne is really great. But, you know, I'm going to go with the upset. I got the Jaguars winning. I know the Browns have such a great defense. Joe Flacco did play a little bit better. But, I don't know. I just feel like the Jaguars are playing for a playoff spot. Obviously, the Browns are too. But I think the Jaguars just wanted more. And I think Travis Etienne's going to carry them. And, you know, they have a great team. And I feel like a backup quarterback isn't going to affect them a lot. So, I got the Jaguars win this one.
Lions versus Bears. For this one, we got a really great NFC North matchup. The last time the Lions faced the Bears, they almost lost. Then the Bears were actually had a pretty good lead, and the Lions, they found a way to make a comeback and get the win in the last quarter. But for this one, I'm going with the Lions. I feel like they should be able to have a better matchup. I feel like they do a good job at protecting the quarterback, and I just expect Jared Goff to get the win. They're trying to lock up the NFC North, and I feel like this is the game that kind of, you know, helps them secure that spot.
I'll say this. Lions are going to win this game, but do not be surprised if the Bears come out with the win somehow. Like you said, the Bears almost beat them last time. DJ Moore stepping up. I feel like Justin Fields is playing great. You've seen it against the Vikings. They're coming off a bye week. I think the Bears have a really good chance of winning this game. But, of course, I got to play it safe. I got to go with the Lions. They've been playing great. They had a great win against the Saints. Sam Laporta, he had a great game. He had a touchdown over 100 yards.
Make sure you start him on fantasy.
You have to. Top 5 tight end in the league. I didn't say it. Juan said it, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, but I got the Lions. Juan has the Lions, but expect a close game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt if the Bears got the upset for this one.
Yep. Next up, we got rivalry in the Bay. We got the Seahawks versus Niners. The Niners smacked the Eagles last week. Dude, they started off slow, but then Christian McCaffrey stepped up. Brock Purdy, he had a lot of touchdowns. And Deebo Samuel, he balled out.
Yeah.
As for the Seahawks, they almost upset the Cowboys. They're playing pretty great. DK Metcalf, 3 touchdowns. But here's the X factor. Kenneth Walker's probably going to be out. Zach Charbonnet is going to be out, so who's running for them? They're going to have no run game, especially against the Niners who have such a great defense. And one more thing, we're going to be at this game, so there's going to be a lot of stuff going out.
We're going to be out there. Make sure to stay tuned for next week's video.
If you guys are out in this game, let us know. It's going to be lit, but I got the Niners winning this one, but it's a division matchup, and you already know what happens. It's going to be a close game.
Yeah, for this one, I'm expecting a very close game, but I'm expecting a close game, but I'm still going with the Niners. Yeah. I feel like the key for this game is having McCaffrey, the hopefully future MVP, running out there the whole entire game.
Yep.
They need to keep that Geno Smith and that offense off of the field, and I feel like they should be able to do that. The Niners offense, they're playing really great football right now. Their defense, they stepped up, and, they smacked the Eagles.
Yeah.
It was an embarrassing loss, and I expect them to have a good matchup, and like we said, we both got the Niners, and we're going to be at this game. So if you're going to be out there, make sure to comment down below. And, just let us know.
Yeah.
We're going to be at that game.
Say what's up if you guys are at the game.
For sure.
Raiders! Hey, man, I'm going to be honest. I don't feel confident at all. I will say this, though. Joshua Dobbs, he threw 4 interceptions. The Vikings lost against the Bears. Yeah. What do they call him? Pastronaut? I'm not calling it that no more, bro. Pick or not, bro. Hey, but Vikings didn't play great at all against the Bears. And as for Raiders coming off a bye week, we played horrible last week against the Chiefs, man. It was embarrassing. But I will say this, though. Aiden O'Connell has to step up. Devontae Adams has to step up. Our running game has been good. Josh Jacobs has been balling out. And Max Crosby, man, he played off an injury. Now he's going to be fully healthy. So I'm expecting a ball out. You know what? I'm going to go with my team. I'm going to pick the Raiders winning this one, but I don't feel confident at all. But I got the Raiders winning.
All right, for this one, I'm going with the Raiders. I just cannot go with the quarterback that just threw 4 interceptions. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be watching that game and be like, why'd I go with the Vikings? I know Justin Jefferson is back.
Yeah, he's back.
Addison has been balling out. And Dobbs, what's his name?
Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah, Joshua Dobbs. He had a bad game last week, but yeah, for this game, I feel like that's not going to matter. Justin Jefferson coming back. I'm going with the Raiders. I don't know. I've been liking their offense a lot. Jacoby Myers, he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's able to catch some incredible passes. And they have Devontae Adams. Josh Jacobs is stepping up. Yeah, for this one, I'm going with the Raiders. I feel like that defense, if they want to truly win, that defense needs to step up.
100%.
Get some interceptions, some turnovers, and the Raiders should be good, and they should be able to get the win at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, we're playing at home, so I also got the Raiders winning. It's going to be a good matchup.
Yep.
Next up, we got the Broncos versus the Chargers. Broncos country, let's hide. Russell Wilson, he threw 3 interceptions. They didn't play that great against the Texans. I will say this. They almost came up close with the dub, and their defense did get 5 sacks. So they played pretty well towards the end. But the Chargers, what an embarrassing win. They won, but they only put up 6 points the whole game. Austin Eckler, he's been upsetting me this whole season. I'm going to be honest. He had some great games, but I think he only had 18 yards rushing last game. Keenan Allen, he did have over 30 yards, I think, but still, you got to do a lot better if you want to win games. But call me crazy. I'm going with the upset. I got the Chargers winning. You know, a lot of people have the Broncos winning just because they did come off that 5-win streak, but they did lose the last game against the Texans. I think the Chargers are going to win this one.
Yeah, I can see that happening. But for this one, I'm going with the Broncos. Russell Wilson, he had a bad game last week, but he didn't have a bad game like the Chargers. The Chargers, they didn't even put up 1 touchdown. The Broncos, they almost came back on the Texans. A really good team right there. And yeah, I'm expecting a way better game from the Broncos. I feel like they should be able to handle business and actually get some touchdowns. The Chargers, they face the Patriots, which is a horrible team, they did shut them out, so their defense did do their part, but Joey Bosa, he's out, and he might. Well, for sure he's not playing this game. Hopefully he's able to return by the
end of the season.
Yeah, before the end of the season. But for this one, I'm going with the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers. Juan's going with the Broncos. I think he's still high off that Lions and Chiefs pack.
Yeah, I'm still high off that Chiefs pack. I'm going with the Broncos. Josh going with the Chargers.
Yep. Next up, we got a great AFC matchup. We got the Bills versus the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs played pretty okay last week. I think they got robbed towards the end against the Packers. But I will say this. Isaiah Pacheco balled out. And I think Travis Kelce, he's a great tight end. And, offensively, the Chiefs are such a great team. And as for the Bills, before their bye week, they play against the Eagles. Came up just short in an overtime loss. But Josh Allen, he's looking amazing. Stephon Diggs had a touchdown. Gabe Davis had a touchdown. And, this is a tough one to pick. But I'm going to choose the Chiefs. I think they're just a better offense. I think offensively, they've been playing a lot better together. So I got the Chiefs winning, but it's going to be a close matchup.
For this one, I'm going to go with the Bills. If Taylor Swift is at the game, it don't matter. Jordan Love proved it last week. We don't really listen to Taylor Swift around here,
I'm going to be honest.
But yeah, for this one, I expect a key player right here. Stephon Diggs. His brother, he called Josh Allen out. And ever since, I don't know, they've been having a really great duo. And I expect Stephon Diggs to ball out. This is a key player where I feel like, there's always a game where a player takes over, and I feel like this is the game. The Chiefs, like I said, they have no receivers. Marcus Valdez-Scantling, I feel like he can't catch any balls. He has breaks for hands. Travis Kelce, he's a baller, but I feel like you can't just keep throwing to Travis Kelce at a point. You gotta help your quarterback.
Someone else has to step up.
Yeah, the other receivers have to step up. But for this one, I'm going with the Bills. Yeah.
And I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but you could go with anyone this game. This would be a very good matchup.
Yeah, for sure. A very close matchup. Sunday night, we got the Eagles versus the Cowboys.
Yeah.
For this game, we got a really great matchup. The Cowboys, they should come out with the win. The last time they played, the only reason they lost is because of that drop pass in the end zone. But like we were talking before, Dak Prescott, he's having a really great season. What do you think, MVP season?
Call it crazy, but I think Dak could win MVP.
Yeah, for the first time, I actually like a Cowboys player. No, I'm playing. But CeeDee Lamb, he should be able to ball out. The offense, I feel like this is going to be a high-scoring game just because it's a division matchup. Both teams have really good, really great offenses. But the Eagles' defense did get exposed last week against the Niners.
They did.
And I don't know, I'm not liking their defense as much. But for this one, I'm going to go with the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
I will say this. Dak Prescott, he's playing a lot better now. He hasn't thrown an interception in a while. And for the Eagles, I think they're coming out for revenge. I think Jalen Hurts is going to play a lot better. And I think the run game has to step up. Everything has to step up offensively. And like you said, their defense has to step up. I'm going to go with the upset. Somehow the Eagles are in favor of this game. I got the Eagles beating the Cowboys at home. Call me crazy, but I think Jalen Hurts is going to ball out this game. So I got the Eagles. You got the Cowboys. It's going to be a great NFC East matchup.
For sure.
Next up, we got the Titans versus the Dolphins. Dolphins been balling out recently, especially Tyreek Hill. You think Tyreek Hill can win MVP this season?
Yeah, for sure. He's on track to beat the record.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill's balling out. I think he might be Calvin Johnson's receiving record. And, they've been playing really well, especially Jalen Waddle and Devine Chain. He came back and balled out. He had 2 touchdowns. It seems like everyone for the Dolphins is playing great. As for the Titans, Will Levis, he did throw 1 touchdown, but it was a really short touchdown to DeAndre Hopkins. I feel like he has to play better if the Titans want to win this game. And Derrick Henry, he did ball out last week. He had over 100 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. But I still got the Dolphins winning this one. I think it should be easy.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, like you said, I think he ended up going down with the head injury, so he might be on concussion protocol. His status is unknown at the time. But for this one, it's the Dolphins. Yep. They haven't lost against a team with a losing record, and I don't expect them to do it against the Titans. This should be an easy win. Tyreek Hill, we've been saying it all season. He's a beast. He's too fast. And, we had chose the Dolphins to go to the Super Bowl earlier in the season. So if you think they have a chance, let us know in the comments. But for this one, the Dolphins should be able to lock up the win.
Yeah, both got the Dolphins win this week against the Titans.
Yep. We still smoking on that cheese pack. We got a really great Monday night matchup. We got the Packers versus the Giants. We're going to pack another bowl of that Giants pack.
Yeah.
Yep. For this game, we got a really great matchup. The Packers, we're going to smack the Giants this week. Nah, I'm playing. I'm not trying to be too cocky or anything. But the Packers, they should be able to get the win. Let's take this one game at a time. Start with the Giants this week. And let's get a win. We're making a playoff run. We have a really good chance at, maybe winning some playoff teams. Jordan Love, he's been balling out. And I feel like this is a very necessary game. They want to make that good playoff run.
Yeah.
And, the team overall, they've been playing very great. Every player has been doing their part. We have injuries, but I feel like that shouldn't matter too much. The Giants, they haven't been playing too good. I'm not sure who's going to start at quarterback. I think it's
it's still Tommy DeVito, yeah.
Yeah, DeVito. He's a great quarterback, but I don't expect him to do much.
Yeah, I got the Packers winning this game. You know, the Packers are such a great team as of right now because Jordan Love is balling out. Yeah. And it's crazy how identical his season is to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. And, you know, Jordan Love is carrying this team, and they're doing this without Aaron Jones, correct?
Yeah.
And, dude, the Packers are just looking great. For the Giants, I think they're just relying on Saquon Barkley. Darren Waller's out. I feel like they have no receiver. Tommy DeVito isn't looking good. So give me the Packers. And you know what? I never get high, but I think I'm going to be smoking on that Giants pack too,
That's right. We're going to be smoking on that Giants pack. Make sure to tune in to this great Monday night matchup.
Yes, sir. For the best segment on our YouTube channel, we got Parlay of the Week. I feel pretty confident in my parlay this week. I got Texans, Ravens, and Saints. And if you guys got some money, I think you should put some money down this parlay. I think it's going to win you guys some money.
For my parlay of the week, I'm going to go Packers, Lions, Buccaneers. If you got some extra money, like Josh said, put some money into these parlays and make sure to comment down below your parlay of the week.
Yeah, if you got any parlays, comment it down. Let's see if you guys are going to make some money for us too.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching another week of JandJPickEm. Like we mentioned, we are going to be at the Seahawks-Niners game. It should be a great game. We have a lot of great content coming for you guys. Also, it's December. This is where the NFL games matter. It's basically the fourth quarter of the NFL. Teams are trying to make the playoffs, so expect a lot of great games. And one more thing, thank you guys for watching our YouTube videos. We really appreciate all the support. Keep liking and commenting our videos. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, just one more thing. We are going to be doing a Christmas giveaway, so make sure to follow us on Instagram for all the rules and details. And we don't have a lot of followers, so your chances of winning are really high.
Yeah.
This is Juan.
This is Josh.
And this is JandJPickEm.
Yeah.